Hello, it's Clever Crackers Squared. Maths help. Someone's contacted us.
Yes, it's part of the sort of service we provide.
No, yes. Like at the end of every video, we say you can ask us any question, and someone has.
Yes,
it's always nice.
And it's on AQA, which is actually our course.
It is.
June 2013. It's a Core 2 question paper. It's question 5 of AQA.
Yep.
We have it here.
We do.
On your iPad.
Yes.
We're not sure what part this person got stuck on.
We're going to do the whole thing.
We're going to run through the whole question.
It's quite hefty, but I'll read it out. Okay.
So it's A, B and C.
It is A, B and C. And part A says, use the trapezium rule with 5 ordinates, 4 strips, to find an approximate value for integrating S thingy, 2 at the top, 0 at the bottom,
Right.
and square root sign 8x cubed plus 1dx, giving your answer to 3 significant figures. I think I'll leave it like that for now. We'll do this part and then go on to the other 2 because they're a lot shorter.
Yes, this will probably take up the entire board. Now, in the question it says using the trapezium rule, so we're going to need to use the trapezium rule.
Now it's in your formula relations booklet that you should have. If
And
you're looking for it,
have it here.
page 8.
Page 8.
It's an important thing to know. And trapezium rule is pretty hefty, so write it out, I think.
Yep.
So
it has
it's,
this, where
yeah.
this is B,
And
this
that's
is
A. And we'll have the H bit.
We'll do that first, yeah.
Yeah.
Where H is B minus
A over N.
And
the
then
main
the actual
part of it,
trapezium rule.
yep, which is half H.
Then we've got a squiggly
Special bracket, yep.
normal bracket,
Y0 plus Y to the N. Close bracket plus
2 lots of
Y1
plus
Y1. All the way up to Yn minus 1. We actually need up to Y3 in this one. You'll find out in a few seconds why.
Okay.
Alright, so maybe we should swap them.
Okay.
Blue or red?
We'll do blue first,
Okay.
I reckon.
Okay.
You might need to annotate stuff in red.
Yeah, I'll do other stuff in red.
Firstly, what I think we'll do is actually, you can do this in red, is, oh bloody hell, is to draw the problem we have here.
Yeah, let's draw it as a graph. Like it mentioned in the question that there's 5 ordinates and 4 strips.
Yes.
But what does that actually mean?
We'll draw it through, yeah. Now we have no idea what this looks like, this root 8x cubed plus 1, but it's an x cubed, so we're going to imagine it looks like this, and integrating finds the area under the graph between these points. So
it does, we have 2 points, and this is a 0.
That's right, it's a Triv's question that he just asked me. You divide this up, the 4 strips part means you divide it up into 4 strips. So, yep, then you go up there and up there to give you 1, 2, 3, 4 strips.
And the last ordinate is a 0.
So this is an ordinate, this is an ordinate, this and this is an ordinate. So it's
Yes.
5 ordinates, 4 strips is what it means.
And these are 4 strips of equal distance. It's like, so this one's 0.5 and it goes up.
Yep, the next one will be 1, the next will be 1.5, then it's 2.
Yeah.
So you go up in 0.5s.
Okay.
Now to use this hefty formula, the first thing you do is work out h, the beginning.
Yeah, which is actually the last bit you use.
H is b minus a over n. B is 2, a is 0, so it's just 2, and then over
N, which are strips, which is 4.
2 over 4 is a half. You've got a half times h is going to be a quarter at the
It's going to be a
beginning.
quarter, so right at the start we have a quarter. Right, then it starts with our...
So it's a closed squiggly
bracket. Starts with our starting using the notation. So Y0,
This is the
first ordinate.
Yes.
And when we talk about these things, we have to talk about the x value on our graph.
Yes. So for the first ordinate, x is 0
It is.
in this case. So we have 0 cubed, which is 0, times 8, which is 0, plus 1 is just 1.
Square root of 1 is just 1, but we'll write square root of 1 anyway.
Plus, and y to the n. N is the top number, is the 2.
2, so
2 cubed is 8.
it is, times 8 is 64,
Plus 1 is 65.
so root 65. And we'll leave that as it is for now, we'll sort that out quite a bit later. And that gets us to the second part. So, plus 2 of y1. Now y1's our
If
first
this is y0,
strip.
y1 must be 0.5.
Yep. So you plug that into our equation. 0.5 cubed is
An
3 over
eighth.
2. Yeah.
8 times an eighth is 1. Plus 1 is 2, and then you've just got root 2. So that's the first part.
Yep.
You've got plus.
Then put the second one in, so that's 1.
1 cubed is 1.
Times
8 is 8. Plus 1
1.
is 9.
Yep.
Root that is just 3. We can I'll leave it in root form, even though we know it's 3 because everything else has been left.
Yeah, so you can then continue like that. Okay, the last one, which is 1.5. 1.5 cubes, it's 3 over 2.
3 over 2 times 3 over 2 is 9 over 8. 9 over 4
times 9 over...
times 3 over 2 is
27 over 8.
Yep.
We're timesing it by 8, so I get rid of the 8.
That's just 27.
Plus 1.
Plus 1. 28. Root 28.
And because that's the n minus 1, that's our last one. Right, now to start sorting out what's inside these brackets.
Yes.
We're going to need a calculator.
We are going to need a calculator. My calculator's over there. Hold the pen.
I'll hold the pen.
It's in this bag.
So, when you're doing brackets, you have to use big maths. You have to do everything in the brackets first. You can't do anything else. So, first step, we add these two together while they're still in the bracket.
So we've got 1 plus root 65, which is, in that bracket, is 9.06.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a quarter. The squiggly bracket you do last. This bracket is 9.06226.
Okay.
Now, it goes on even further than that on the calculator. You don't want to simplify it yet because that might put your answer off, but you don't want to write down all the figures, that's too time consuming. I've just done a few, plus, and then you don't expand this part yet. So, we have root 2 plus
root 9.
3 plus root 28. That makes this bracket 9.7057 2.
Okay. And then that's again
in the brackets. So you do what's inside these squiggly brackets first. You're going to do that plus 2 lots of that.
Yep.
So,
Let's do that as well.
Yep, okay. A quarter.
So a quarter of all of this.
I'm just going to do it all in one big step. I'm going to do 2 times that and
Yep.
then plus it to that. So I'm doing that now.
Get in the bracket.
9.06226 is 28.4737.
Okay.
Finally, we times it by the
Yep.
quarter. So divided by 4 gives us the final answer of 7.118.
And the question did say you wanted 3 significant figures.
Or did it say 3 decimal places? I think it's 3 decimal places.
Did it?
Yep, which is what you've got there. I don't know, the iPad's gone off.
It has. But if it was to ask in 3 significant figures, you write the answer as
7.12. If it's 3 decimal places, it's 7.118. So it's what is its preference?
it is 3 significant figures.
3 significant figures?
Yep. So it's that one, so it's 7.12. So that's our answer. We sit down to each side, you can look at it for a bit.
Okay, I'll just underline the answer.
Yep.
Feel free to pause and have a look through.
Yep.
If you don't understand it, rewind and see.
See what we did. But this is the first step. Okay, let's go on to the second part.
Okay, so rub all this off.
Rub all this off. So while you're rubbing off, I will read the next part.
Okay.
It says, describe the single transformation that maps the graph of y equals root of 8x cubed plus 1 onto the graph of y equals root x cubed plus 1. So, it's a transformation. We covered that in one of our core 2 videos. So, part B. I'll read it again.
Read it again for me, yeah. My
Yep.
benefit.
The single transformation maps the graph of y equals root 8x cubed plus 1, like before, onto the same without the 8.
Okay, so root x cubed plus 1, like this. Okay.
Right, so it's transformation.
You can see it's going to be a stretch and it's going to be in the x direction because of our rules of transformations.
Yes, if you can't remember those, go over the video again.
So it's going to be a
But
stretch.
it's next to the 8, next to the x.
We've got scale factor, we'll get onto that in a second,
We will.
and in the x direction.
So now to work out what the scale factor is. Now it's a bit confusing when it gets to the x direction.
Yes, it's the opposite to what you think. If it's times by 8, it's actually an eighth. This time it's been divided by 8. Divided by 8, so it'd be 1 over 8, but it's actually 8. But
Also, it's a cubic, so we have to cube root that, which
Yes.
means it's a scale factor by 2.
yes, because it's a scale factor 8, but then cube root. So I'll just write that there.
Yep. Oh, yes.
Scale factor 2 in the x direction is your final answer, and that's quite tricky.
That's quite tricky.
The
to figure
first
out.
part is by far harder, but that is quite a tricky question.
That is quite a tricky question. And then we have our final part, which is
Okay, let's see.
the curve of the equation, that curve.
This bottom one.
Yep. is translated by
Okay, vector.
vector 2 over minus 0.7 to give the curve of the equation y equals g to the x. Find the value of g to the 4.
Awesome.
I think we should do this bit in a different colour.
Okay, I've got blue here.
You've got blues, yeah.
So first I think we should do the translation, then do the 4. Okay.
Okay, there's 2 steps. Like Wayne said, first do transformation. So, with the 2, actually minus 2.
Yep. And
It's
this
the other way around.
x is replaced by x minus 2, so you're
Yeah,
literally
so x minus 2 all cubed.
plus 1.
And then outside the whole root sign, which is what we do, is minus 0.7. As it's a y, we leave it as
Because
how
this
it
is all one big thing, you can't minus the y inside the root.
Yeah, with the
because that's not
outside.
the rules.
And then it says find the value of g equals 4.
So if you give me the red, maybe I'll do it this bit in
Yeah,
red.
red.
Yep.
So what
So
we do
let's
there is
do
we substitute
4
into the equation. So we have root of 4 minus 2 cubed,
So that's just
2
2
cubed,
cubed
plus 1.
That equals 9, so
We
root
have
of
to
that
that
is
is
3.
3 minus 0.7,
Gives
that is
us
2.3.
3.
Yeah.
We stand to the side again just to see. That's the answer from A, we brought that from before. B is across
There's
here.
that line, and C is right there.
down here.
I hope that cleared that question up.
Hope that helps. If you have any more questions, even if it's not from AQA,
Yeah, any exam board, we should be able to handle it.
Yep.
Find us on Facebook, and we are.
it is this. Although our
Yes.
YouTube page is Clever Cracker Bracket then squared, Facebook wouldn't allow that.
Yeah, it wouldn't
We're
let us do
typing
that.
Clever Cracker Squared.
So find us there.
And we will
And,
do something like this, and we also do it for chemistry, physics, and biology.
Yep. So he's in Wayne Lack.
And he's been James Trevett.
Thank you very much.